If we're going to continue having, and I really appreciate it, I don't want it to sound negative whatsoever, but if we're going to continue to have great restaurants around the city bring us their delicious chicken wings, then I think that this show is going to need an official dental floss sponsor. And I'm going to need somebody to be the official dental floss sponsor. I'm hoping it'll be Glide. I really like their dental floss, but at this point, with what's stuck in between my nappy-ass teeth, I had good teeth, but a kind of chubby girl sat on my retainer right after my parents had divorced, and the money was kind of drying up, and so my teeth just went back to where they had been, and I had beautiful teeth for a little while, and I feel bad because a lot of money spent on braces.
You could
right
have
down
beautiful
the toilet.
teeth, but you're afraid to go to About Smiles, the dentist.
I'm not going to get braces again.
You don't know if you have, and Chewy doesn't know if his teeth are going to fall out.
Was your retainer in your mouth when they were sat on?
Do you think it's funny? Make a little sex joke on the radio?
And also,
You feel like a big shot right now?
This is not.
We're grown up. We're grown ups.
This is not a joke. I may have to leave the show at any point.
You gotta go boo boo.
I eat a lot of cheese, and I like if I'm going to eat lunch, it's usually like one of those little.
Is this Are you trying to get a new client? I eat a lot of cheese.
I think. Hi, I'm Dale Dudley.
You know those little
cheese.
those little red circular cheeses that have the wax on them.
Yeah.
I'll have a couple of those.
What are those called?
They're not
doesn't
even. They're
matter.
called baby
We're on
bells.
camera.
But they're not even real.
bells.
I didn't know we were on camera, I'll
Even real cheese.
I'll have that with a few pepperoni or something, and then wash it down with some Adderall. And
You know, that's a processed cheese.
let
right?
me just get this out of the way, okay? I don't want to spend an hour on cheese if you're fine with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You wanted to spend an hour.
Let me get to the point
Yesterday,
because
you
Charlie
were-
Sexton's about to call. So anyway, I asked Amanda. I said last night. I said, "Do you have any that we have like 4 medicine cabinets? Nothing's organized." I said, "Do you have any of that Dulcolax I bought you a few weeks ago?" Because she asked me to. She wanted to get ready for the gynecologist. So anyway,
You think it was
she said, "Yeah, let me
What
me
is
look."
Dulcolax?
Dulcolax is a chemical laxative.
Is that a stool softener? Is that what a stool softener is?
Before my last colonoscopy, which I have to do every 3 years now, the doctor said take 4 of them.
4?
4. And then wait, and then
Man, you're an open book.
do the stuff that you're supposed to do.
Never taken a laxative in my entire life.
I didn't
even
need
know.
the drink. I didn't need the drink.
Yeah. I just don't know about
I
any of this
digress.
stuff.
But anyway, I don't want to. It said it works. I looked at the labeling, and it said adults and kids over 12, 1 to 3, within a few hours, within a day.
hotline.
Anyway, I did one,
Yeah.
and it didn't work
Right.
until right now. I can hear it
Dale,
talking.
you just did this with an edible. When are you going to learn to wait a little while
Gotta
when you
wait.
take a drug?
I took it last night. It said it would work in 4 to 6 hours. It's now been almost 20.
You're tall. It's a lot of extra intestine.
And now
pipes.
it's like
There's a
that.
lot of pipes.
It's
Yeah.
like that. It's just like going ding, 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 ding. Hello.
What are you wearing? Glass underwear?
Hey, speaking of hello, Charlie W.
Well, if it isn't
Sexton.
old Charlie
Oh
Sexton.
my gosh!
Here you are.
Am I in trouble now?
To save
Hey,
the show.
I wanted to. Things are weird. We got moved afternoons. COVID hit. People.
Hey, you know what? Everybody loves you no matter where you are.
I know, but I just want to say to you because it was really hot that night, and I don't think I've ever been that hot in my entire life of our anniversary, and you did that out of the kindness of your heart, and you didn't have to, and you played some songs, and you even gave us one stanza of "Beat So Lonely."
Which is, as I told you, the only time it's been played since probably whatever.
And
I
a
know.
rockin'
I
Born
know.
to Run. Thank you.
For those of you who are younger, "Beat So Lonely" was one of the early. Charlie had a song. He was a teen idol. He one of the
Back
young.
in 1932.
Yeah, he had a.
That's right.
a hit.
100 years ago.
Hey, Charlie, it's Matt. I want to say thanks to you again for agreeing to be on that, and I also want to say because the time hop thing function on the station's Facebook, it just popped up that photo of you on the Paramount stage, you in a suit with boots, and MFer, you look so good in that photo, and the rest of us are just sweaty and fat in the background. It's a little infuriating.
Oh, you mean from Dale's party?
Yeah.
That night. Okay. I didn't
No, everybody's party. It was Bob and I's celebration. So.
Yeah,
Well, I know, but
I know, but if you just say me, dude, they're going to get their feelings hurt.
I don't have
know.
feelings.
Well, you know, that's not true.
Charlie,
Not
I
true.
know there's not touring, but since that time, have you still been Bob Dylan's guitar player?
Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, you have to ask him. What do you mean since the end of the year? Or last?
Charlie, I don't have his number.
I saw you credited on Rough and Rowdy Ways. What tracks did you contribute to? Do you remember? Because Matt and I love that album, by the way.
Well, that's miraculously we began that record around January or February.
Yeah.
Isn't this like a record for somebody to be Dylan's guitar player?
I'm not sure because, you know, my tenure, as I guess you could call it, was split up because I quit twice. So I think I'm the only three-timer, or maybe there's one other person that came in first.
Have you ever talked to?
Hey, hold on. Let's get the answer. I'm going to find out which
I just
tracks.
want to know what
Sorry,
tracks.
I'm sorry.
what
I'm
tra-
sorry.
Because
It's okay.
that's a phenomenal record, and there's some really good guitar parts on there, and I'm just curious.
Oh yeah, I was there for all of it, and I'm in usual form. I play as much or as little as needed. You know.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
you're being humble because it's probably not easy doing
Sure.
what you do.
Charlie, you know David Grissom, right?
Of course.
Have you ever talked to Grissom about his stint in the John Mellencamp band?
I didn't really have to because I kind of yeah.
They all talk.
They don't call the guy a little bastard for nothing. Listen,
Well, and we should say for listeners who may not understand the inside jokes or whatever we're saying here is that you don't get, when you're playing with somebody like Dylan or whatever, you don't get sheet music before you go out on the road and then you memorize it and then you just go through road. You're having to watch him very carefully. You've even said to us before, you don't know what key that Dylan's going to start a song in, and you really have to watch and pay attention. You got to be an incredible guitar player to play along with a guy like that.
Well, a lot of that story that you're telling dissipated as the years went on, and the irony of it is before the last record, the Rowdy Ways record, we did 5 standard records.
Mm.
Those
That's
5
right.
standard records.
Yeah.
And so those literally did have sheet music. But that was 50 songs, and probably every song had almost 50 chords and counter melodies. So, yeah, regardless of who you work with, it's always good to listen more than talk. You know?
Charlie, the reason you're calling us, hold on, I want to see if you're still in my phone. Yeah.
I'm here.
Is your number still?
Yeah, give it out. Read it out.
Beechwood.
No, I have your number. Hey, so... And
I'll call you when we get done with this, and then we'll make sure it's the right one. So. But it's the same. I've got the same number.
Yeah. Oh, and a story I tell all the time. I probably bring this up every time we talk.
You do.
It's truly one of the most embarrassing moments in my career, and those happen every day, every weekday. But it was at the Dessau Music Hall, and you were always so nice to me, and I was drunk, and I was coming backstage probably with Mark Proct.
Sounds like it must have been a night of the week.
I came backstage, and in my head, I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm with some rockers." And I lit up a joint, not realizing that everybody was sober. Where somebody would come up and go, "You asshole!" But whatever. Charlie just comes up and he goes, "Hey, Dale, that's probably not a good idea right now, man." I know you don't remember it.
Well, hopefully I put it that kindly, you know.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. You were so super nice about it. But this was a last minute thing. I was reading what these people were doing with this Walk With Me, Austin. I saw your name on it. I also felt very old. The only people I knew on the list were you and the Vallejo brothers. But go ahead.
No, I was going to say that the wonderful thing about this, outside of everything, is it really shines the light on, because there were some people that I've met through this project that I'm completely infatuated with and blown away and have mad respect and, immediately a fan of.
So Is this kind of I haven't listened to it yet. Is this kind of a We Are the World kind of thing? It's
it's funny that you say that, because how it came to me is behind the scenes of it is my dear friend Celeste Quesada, who I work with a lot and who's a champion of everything really good. And her husband, Adrian from Black Pumas, produced the track, and he always referred to it. He goes, I got this, it's sort of like a We Are the World track. So I didn't even, when it came out yesterday, I didn't even know, I couldn't remember what the name of it was, because I just always referred to it as the We Are the World.
Yeah, and I saw it, and I said, I want to talk to Charlie, and I want to see what this is about, but I wanted to wait. So I read before I go on the show. I did some homework, and it's. I thought, well, what is it for? And is it for COVID or no? It's about the city coming together with a ton of awesome musicians, and it is the benefits. You can download it on any platform, and all of the money is going to HAM, which is the organization. You know me with the mental health thing. That's my big deal, and we wanted to get that on the air because musicians.
Big supporter of HAM. Big supporter of HAM.
Yeah. HAM is Health Alliance for Austin
Alliance, right?
Musicians.
Yeah, and then there's they're associated with mental health providers too, though. And so, what I'm going to play a little bit of it. I'll let you go before that. So let's keep talking, but.
It's shockingly good, Dale. I mean, I was blown away the mashup that Adrian did because it starts off hip hop, then it goes to like a soul tune with this guy Sam Houston, and then Black Angels are in there, Kathy Valentine. I mean, and then it's back to hip hop, and it is not easy to do. And God bless We Are the World, because that was for a really good cause.
Yeah.
But this is the track is really, really, really pretty.
And are you guitar all the way through it?
You know what? Actually, the real ripping solo comes from the fabulous young Jackie Vincent. Mm-hmm. I'm sort of I'm comping behind the singer Sam Houston and most of the soul stuff.
Are you singing at all?
I didn't end up singing on it. There was already 9,000 singers on it.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people.
But it's stunning what Adrian was able to do, and the song. I know that Gina Chavez was part of one of the writers with it, as well as some other people. I mean, it was just like a really collective thing. Unbelievable.
Like I said, I haven't listened to it yet, and we're going to play. We're going to try. I want to play some of it, and then I want people to download it. But the thing, looking at the list of people, those of us who have family, I got younger kids. Those of us who've moved into the suburbs, and we haven't been around that, we forget sometimes that there are artists out there. There's so many really super talented people. And even though I don't recognize the names, we had been around that for a very long time and watched a lot of people struggle and lost some people, both to physical and mental illness. And it really was just seeing the press release was kind of a wake-up call for me, where I went, yeah, you're an old man now. And we pay lip service in this town to the music industry, but they're still there, and there's still people trying to make it. And just imagine trying to make it right now, and then you have a health issue.
Yeah, and the crazy thing that's wild about the situation is that it's really to bring, all forms of music, styles of music, colors, creeds, what have you, all together. And like Ruben Ramos, for instance, is on the track too. Who I love, Ruben, and he's like an idol of mine from the Tejano world. It's pretty amazing. I mean, it's just this town. There's been more here than a lot of us even were aware of. Just because if you don't stumble upon it, personally, I always want to seek it out.
Yeah. It's exciting, too, just to see, like, the whole city kind of come together. And then this whole project is very pro. I saw the artwork yesterday, just scrolling through Instagram or whatever, and it stopped me immediately, and I started reading more about it and realized that it was all part of the same thing. But all the elements are there. It looks great. It sounds great. Pretty stoked about it.
Charlie?
It's a real deal, and it's actually kind of, I shouldn't even be on the phone because I had so little. I'm such a small part of it. Everyone puts so much energy and concept and their talent into it. But, gave me an excuse to say hi to you guys.
Yeah, and it's all pie in the sky. I dream of a reunion, all sorts of reunions when this all settles down and the world's a nicer place. And I really, truly hope we get to do that again with everybody, whether it's one party or 900 parties. I'd love to see you again. You've been a very, very good influence in my life in ways you don't know. I don't want to mention because I know I'll drink again. But, I don't want to mention that I've got a long stretch, my friend, and I really appreciate you and love you with all my heart. And I want to play a little bit of this song. And let's talk again soon, okay?
Yeah, and thanks for keeping us. I mean, it's funny. You guys, you may not know it, but we talk about you all the time, me and the kid. My kid now, he's
right.
He goes, they're on the afternoons. It's great. I can finally hear him.
Good. how is
when we go to school in the morning,
Yeah. How's Will doing?
Will's doing great. He's in Memphis. I talked to him last night.
Okay, tell him hello from us, will you?
I truly will.
All right, man. We'll talk to you soon. I'm gonna play a little bit of this. Thank you. Will, his brother is also an incredible musician, well known. So let me pop that up on the screen. I hope it plays. I'm getting the circle of death, but let's see what happens. This is Walk With Me, Austin. I'm not going to play the whole thing, number one, because it's 6 minutes long, and number two is because we want you to download it and listen to it and help out Ham. So.
Yeah, it's a really simple thing to do, to download a track. It takes really kind of no time.
Yeah, don't tape this on your cassette player.
Yeah,
for free, people.
But it's a great way to give back, and it costs you next to nothing. And
Shouldering the most will get you nowhere, don't it? My conscience is hot, no luxury I'm holding. I holding things don't make me feel as open. Like every day it's looking even hopeless. I hold my head up like a king or queen to keep me going. No, it's a movement, not a moment. Wasn't stopping, no way. It's too much light to lock us out the dark, no scared soldier. I told her mama hold it down for I'm walking with my power. That's my main component. Mama, I hope the cops don't pull me over. I hope this distance ain't just something that's gonna keep me closer. I hope they see it in my eyes.
All sorts of scenes from Austin.
Things she always told me, baby, they're just getting over. I told her, mom, if we being honest, I just wanna walk in light, know that we getting ours.
There's Charlie. Holy cow, who's that? That's all I'm going to play, and here's why. Man. I'm starting to get teary-eyed.
Dang. That's got a serious Marvin Gaye vibe.
Sorry.
Is it that laxative?
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, man.
Oh, I'm not sure.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot of
that
things.
That is a seriously good song.
I don't know who that singer is. Is it who? Do you know who that singer was? Thanks. That line actually helped me, dude. I was about to break down. I was about to break down. Download the song, help Ham, and then watch the video. Download the video.
That's a great song.
We want to, big shout out to today's sponsor, Delcalax.
Just
bringing this segment to you.
Whoever put the video together it's great. It's got you see the musicians, but you see scenes of
painting the streets,
peaceful protests, the painting of the streets. Iconic Austin murals and everything else, and it just reminded me that I have a spam call coming in. It just reminded me that how we used to be such a loving place, man.
Right.
And now I hear all these, I'm going to say it, all these bitches whining about being able to see the homeless instead of doing something about the homeless. I don't care about your business if you aren't doing something to try to help them. And you're just whining about being able to see them. Sorry, that's the one political thing. But just seeing what we have known as a city for 35, 40 years, I didn't expect that to get to me, and I certainly didn't expect it to be that good when I got the press release.
And it's good to hear.
I thought it was going to be, there comes a time when you heed a certain call.
It's good to hear music with a point of view again, because in the 60s, that's how we that's how I say we. That's how I was a kid, but that's how they dealt with some of the issues.
And something you should know. I know you. We've got to go to break. I see that too. But Adrian Quesada, who is part of Black Pumas, is behind this.
Is it, who was singing? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know his name.
Marvin Gaye.
And one of the things that we should learn about radio is that you don't put all of your buddies up against the wall going, who is that? Who is that? When clearly at a certain point we didn't do our research. So you just
outed us.
Yeah. What I will say is the Black Pumas, it's one of the best shows I've ever seen in this city, and they're incredible. And I would have loved to have got them on the air, but they went from unknown to superstars in about 8.5 seconds in this city. So,
well, if you want to download it, it's Walk With Me Austin. Walk With Me Austin. Don't download it because you want to hear the rest of it. That's part of it. Download it because you want to help the people at Ham and whoever else was involved, and those musicians that worked their asses off, and the photographer who worked his ass off. All right. That's all the crying I'll do.
That's not true. I know you'll cry again.
Yeah. Lily's going to not be with us in about, I don't know, 2 seconds.